Coping with COVID and In It Together present Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina and DHEC's Division of Diabetes and Heart Disease Management.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
In It Together, SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. Good Wednesday afternoon to you. I'm Tre Tailor. Well, listen, it is Diabetes Prevention Day at the South Carolina State Fair. I'll be there at the fair with DAC and In It Together SC at the fair this month with information and resources. Kanisha Golden Smith joins us. She's here to give us all the details. Hey there, Kanisha. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Absolutely. We're excited to talk to you about all the great stuff we're going to eat and the great stuff we're going to give away at the fair, including information. Plus, it's Hispanic Awareness Month, and Vanessa Mota with Mota Enterprises will share how her company assists the Latina community and more. Vanessa, thank you for joining us also.
Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Both of these ladies are coming up next, plus your chance to win tickets to the South Carolina State Fair coming up next on Coping with COVID. It's Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by In It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina. But first, your COVID community updates. AG Alan Wilson's appeal for the mask mandate to be allowed has been denied. Governor McMaster and Wilson requested that the courts restore the ban, keeping the no mask policy in place while a lawsuit goes forward. So now South Carolina districts can continue to require face coverings in South Carolina schools. As South Carolina continues to work through the high rate of COVID spread, the city of Columbia has extended the emergency mask order for another 30 days. That requires face coverings in most public places. Anyone caught in violation could be fined up to $100. And Richland County Council has passed a vaccine initiative program, which will award a $100 gift card to the first 250 people who get their COVID vaccine on October 30th. Now, that event will take place at the Meeting Place Church. It's a vaccine clinic, which will be staffed by USC medical students. And while the plan was opposed by some, members who supported the plan cited similar programs that have been successful. During yesterday's meeting, Council also approved enhanced security equipment for Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center, including security parking, secured employee parking, and also new full-body scanners. This comes after a jail riot 2 weeks ago involving 12 inmates. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and location for COVID testing in and around South Carolina. Visit scdhec.gov for a full list. COVID vaccines are being held at the VA for all veterans. You see that information on the screen. So if you or someone you know is a veteran, please check the screen for details and make sure you get your COVID vaccine. The library in Columbia, South Carolina, Richland County, is also doing free self-tests at all locations. You can get up to 5 tests per week at any of the locations on the screen. Kroger Pharmacies is one of the many retailers that are also administering the COVID vaccination. Please check the screen for details about that. CVS is also administering the COVID vaccine, and this includes the CVS locations and Target stores. Brooklyn Baptist Church is continuing their vaccine clinic. It's open every single day at their campus in West Columbia. You can see that information on the screen also. And listen, don't let you not having a ride to get your vaccine stop you from getting your vaccine. Don't miss your shot. You can get a free ride to your vaccination appointment from the Comet bus system. Also, if you're having some challenges going online to schedule a COVID vaccination appointment, Get Set Up is in place to help anyone who needs it get their COVID vaccination appointment. Prisma Health is also doing several drive-through flu vaccinations. No appointment is needed, and they will be doing those at several locations. Again, the Prisma Health flu shot locations are listed on the screen. They're free and available and open to the public. Now, FEMA is continuing their COVID funeral reimbursement program. If you have lost a loved one and are having some challenges paying that funeral bill, FEMA is assisting. Again, you can see the screen for more information. Several other financial resources are available in South Carolina. The South Carolina Bar Association and SC Legal Services has a free toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. Also, Richland County Rental Assistance Program is still taking applications. Visit richlandcountysc.gov. Lexington County also has a bill assistance program for rent and also utilities. And Dominion Energy has partnered with SC Housing for a bill assistance program for both rent and utilities. Additionally, SC Housing is assisting frontline workers with home buying assistance. Again, check the screen for more information. SC Hopes is open and available. The South Carolina Department of Mental Health has launched SC Hopes. It's a 24/7 assistance line for anyone that's having some challenges coping with COVID. Please look at the information, share it, post it, and get it out. I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Wellness Wednesday is brought to you by In It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council. As a matter of fact, we are streaming live, as you can see right there on the In It Together Facebook page. Please go over there, hit like, hit share, and also check it out because they've got some great resources available for diabetes and diabetes assistance programs. Of course, we're streaming live on the Tailor Made Production page on Facebook. Please go over there too, hit like and follow and share. And don't forget, you can check out replays of the show, and also so much assistance and so much information is available there also. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Want to say hi to everyone watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We also have a presence on Instagram and also on Twitter. I'm Tre Tailor, and you keep watching because we've got tickets for you to go to the South Carolina State Fair. We spoke with Nancy Smith with the fair last Friday, and she told us about all of the great amenities, all of the things that are going on at the South Carolina State Fair. Their new theme is It's Your Moment, and you can have your moment with free tickets to the fair. Keep watching for your chance to win. Well, Diabetes Day at the South Carolina State Fair is October 15th. Kanisha Golden Smith, statewide infrastructure coordinator for DAC, Diabetes Advisory Council in Holspire, joins us with all the information. Thank you, beautiful, so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So listen, let me ask you something, Kanisha, because people probably wouldn't associate diabetes or diabetes prevention with hot dogs, elephant ears, and candy apples. Tell us why DAC thought it was important to partner with the South Carolina State Fair.
Okay, well, that's a great question. So the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina is partnering with the State Fair to have its inaugural Diabetes Prevention Day, brought to you by In It Together SC.org on October 15th. And the day is to bring awareness to prediabetes, diabetes, and the prevention and management of those conditions while engaging in fun activities, which is the fair.
Yeah, the fair is definitely fun, and I love that DAC recognized that people are there. People are at the fair, and when you want to engage people and get your message out, what better place than a public place? And everybody, attends the South Carolina State Fair. Not only that, Kanisha, because we didn't have the fair last year, a lot of people are looking forward to getting out and enjoying the fair.
That's true. I agree. So, and that would be a great opportunity for us to bring awareness to diabetes, because that means there's going to be high numbers of fairgoers at the fair.
Yeah. Now, tell us where DAC will be located within the fair.
Okay, so DAC will be located in the Ellison building at the fair, and there will be an opportunity for fairgoers to receive information on diabetes, which are going to be flyers and even cookbooks for healthy eating.
Yeah, I used to have one of those cookbooks right here at my desk. It is such a great, is this the cookbook? Yeah, this is it. It's the Dash for Good Health cookbook. It's such an amazing cookbook. We've been talking about that here on the show, a sensible eating plan to promote good health. And these are such great cookbooks, Kanisha, because you've got soups, you've got salads, but you've also got desserts and sloppy joes and all kind of great stuff. These are recipes that people love and people eat, but they have kind of altered it to be healthy. So this is a great opportunity to pick up one of these a Dash for Southern style cookbook. So yeah, we'll be giving away all of the information and also the cookbook. So in addition to that, tell me a little bit about DAC, the Diabetes Advisory Council. What is DAC and who participates?
Okay, well, that's an awesome question. So, the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina is made up of over 40 plus stakeholders that all work together by taking action to ensure that everyone has like education, management, and prevention for diabetes. So
Okay.
it's a really great group of folks.
Right. And then and what do they do? Okay, so all of these stakeholders, doctors and come together and kind of what happens when they come together with DAC?
Okay. When what happens when everyone comes together, we get together, we review plans that are related to diabetes for the state. We talk about our next steps and how we can, further push diabetes as a condition that people can pay more attention to, and also bring awareness for prevention.
Yeah. In It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor. We're talking to Kanisha Golden Smith. She is the statewide infrastructure coordinator for DAC and Holspire. And we've been talking about Diabetes Day at the State Fair. It's next Friday, October 15th. DAC will be there with a presence all day. And as Kanisha said, there'll be so many resources and prizes available, including the Dash for Southern Soul cookbook. She was just telling us about what DAC is and who participates. How can DAC help, Kanisha, if you have diabetes or pre-diabetes?
And that's another good question. So that can help by providing resources. So you can find those resources on inittogethersc.org, and those resources have like helpful links. There's also a pre-diabetes assessment, so you can know your risk, because that's very important to know your risk to see what information is there for you as well.
Yeah. So we've got the webpage up, and as you said, it's inittogethersc.org. People can go there and, like you said, get that diabetes risk assessment because. Listen, a lot of people realize, one, you could certainly get, and we talk about that here a lot on the show, obviously, because DAC is one of the sponsors, but it's not only if someone in your family has it, you could have it just because of other factors, you're being overweight, the way you eat, lifestyle, things of that sort. So it's so important to know, not only to know, then to get the resources. And I know DAC and In It Together help with this, to help you, because it is a manageable disease.
I agree. It is a manageable disease, especially through healthy lifestyle choices that you can do to manage your diabetes. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think sometimes people look at having whatever type of condition and they think, oh, it's too much for me to handle. I can't handle. Maybe it's a death sentence or whatever. But there are resources available to help people not only manage their condition. In this case, we're talking about diabetes, but have a good life, and listen, girl, I think that's the goal for all of us. We want to have a good life,
Yes, I agree. We all want to have a good life.
Yeah, we want to have a good life. We want to travel. We want to be around and be in good health for our children, our grandchildren, our spouses. Listen, so why be in the world if you're not going to have a good life? And having diabetes, you can still, not only can you still have a good life, you can still eat one candy apple, maybe. Just one. You can't eat one all day, all 10 days of the fair, but you can eat one and maybe eat on it all week long.
That's a good idea. Yes, you can have a good life, and it's okay to have fun sometimes.
That's right.
Even with don't feel bad about overindulging when you're at the fair. It's okay because that's just one day. You are allowed to treat yourself sometimes.
That's right. Absolutely. And that's what I say. Listen, if you are going to, if you've been sticking to your diet, taking your medication, do what you need to do. and listen, walking around the fair, that's a good exercise. That's some good workout if you're walking around the fair.
Sure is.
Yeah, but like you said, make that one day your reward day, your cheat day. Eat you some fish fries, eat your corn dog, eat your elephant ear, and then the next day, drink a bunch of water. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm sure a doctor probably wouldn't say that. We're talking to Kenesha Golden Smith. She is the statewide infrastructure coordinator with the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina and Holspire. She's been talking to us about the South Carolina State Fair. It's Diabetes Awareness Day at the State Fair, and it's going to be next Friday. I'll be there broadcasting live from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., and they'll be there all day giving out information, providing great resources. Hey, don't forget to post and share this information out so we can get the message to the masses, because coming up, your chance to win tickets to the South Carolina State Fair. Kenesha, tell us a little bit about NDPP. What is that?
Okay. So NDPP stands for the National Diabetes Prevention Program, and is a partnership of public and private organizations working together to prevent or delay type 2 diabetes.
Yeah. Now, how and of course, as I said, we've had several NDPP representatives here on the show, and I know that there are several resources again available. There are classes online and offline, and all types of things. How can people be involved with the NDPP program and get more information?
Okay, that's a great question. People can be involved. Sorry for the background noise, but people can be involved with the program by finding an NDPP program here in South Carolina, especially if you have diabetes and everything, and participate. So that way you can get the education and resources that you need to better help manage your diabetes. And you can do that also by, of course, going to endittogether.sc.org.
Yeah. Of course, as you said, they can visit the website. There's a Facebook page. And of course, right here on Wellness Wednesday, we're here every Wednesday at 2 p.m. giving you information from In It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council. Can we talk a little bit about pre-diabetes? We talk a lot about diabetes, but people don't recognize what pre-diabetes is and if it's serious. Can you talk about that?
Yes, I can. So prediabetes is a condition where the blood sugar is higher than normal, but it's not high enough yet to be diagnosed as diabetes. And you ask, is it serious? That's a great question, because yes, prediabetes is very serious because it can lead to diabetes without lifestyle changes.
Right.
So it's very important that you take it seriously.
Right. So if people do what they need to do, I guess, kind of make sure, do those checks, as you said, you can do that risk assessment test on the web page.
Yes.
Can they prevent themselves from going to the next level of having diabetes if they get their pre-diabetes in check?
Yes, by making certain lifestyle changes, such as like eating healthier. You talked about the cookbook earlier, so that's one way to work on your pre-diabetes and you also can incorporate exercise into that as well.
Yeah, we're talking to Keisha Golden Smith with DAC and Holspire. It's Diabetes Day at the South Carolina State Fair, October 15th. We'll be there all day giving out great information. We're talking now about the In It Together and the DAC webpage and Facebook group. Please continue to post and share this information out so we can get the message to the masses. I know that there's a really high number of people in South Carolina that have diabetes and pre-diabetes. So this is great information for people to know. Again, if you are someone in your family, if you have a family history of diabetes, you definitely need to take that risk assessment test and make sure and just be aware of what your blood sugar numbers are. And as Kenesha said, if you have pre-diabetes, that's just as serious. And make sure you do some things now so that you can prevent yourself from getting diabetes. Now, Kenesha, November is Diabetes Awareness Month. Can you share with us a couple of things that DAC may have coming up to commemorate?
Yeah, DAC has a lot of things coming up. So speaking of walking at the fair, there's going to be a walking program that DAC is going to have started in November as a pilot program, and the full program is going to kick off in spring of 2022. So everyone can get to walking and counting their steps as well, and which would be a fun, healthy activity for you to do.
Absolutely.
That's also the DAC strategic plan, which is set to launch next month. And we have the docu-series, which highlights certain areas in South Carolina and how diabetes impact those areas as well, and what they're doing to manage and or prevent diabetes.
Right. What about, let me go backwards a little bit, the DAC strategic plan. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, what that is exactly?
Okay, so the plan is going to highlight at least five, is going to be 5 strategies that are highlighted that DAC is going to commit to taking action towards to work on for diabetes around the state of South Carolina. And that plan is going to launch next month. And we're going to invite people to come to the launch as well. And that plan is going to be a 5-year plan, and it's for 2021 through 2026. And that, of course, incorporates those 40 plus stakeholders coming together to work on those strategies.
Right. And then you mentioned the docuseries, and I know you guys also have the Faces of Health campaign that kind of focuses on some famous faces that are talking about their diabetes and or health challenges.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know a little bit more about that? What do you know when that will roll out, the Faces campaign?
That's a good question. So I don't know the exact date or anything when it's going to roll out, but when I find out, I will be sure to send you an email so that you can tell everyone on Wellness Wednesday about it.
No, girl, you got to come back on and tell us.
Okay.
You back on because you're doing such a great job.
Okay. Well, you invite me back on, I'll be here.
Absolutely. It is Diabetes Awareness Day at the South Carolina State Fair, October 15th, next Friday. Kanisha Golden Smith is the statewide infrastructure coordinator for Diabetes Advisory Council and Hospire. She'll be there. I'll be there. We'll be broadcasting live at the South Carolina State Fair. Don't forget, while you're there, we've got all types of great resources, including the Dash for Southern Style cookbook. We've got some Coping with COVID face masks and more. So come in and join us next Friday at the South Carolina State Fair. You keep listening too, because we've got your tickets to win for the South Carolina State Fair. And I'll tell you this, I'm going to ask a trivia question about some information that Kanisha and I just talked about. So keep watching for your chance to win. Kanisha Golden Smith, statewide infrastructure coordinator for DAC and Hospire. Thank you, beautiful, so much for joining us today. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And before we go, I want to know if I can do a call of action.
Please do.
For anyone who's listening right now that's going to attend the fair on October 15th, we ask that you wear blue for the Diabetes Prevention Day at the fair. Wear blue, make sure you visit the table, say hey to Tre, and visit our website, inittogethersc.org, share and like our Facebook page, and I'll see you there. Thank you.
Awesome. I love it. Call to action. Wear blue next Friday when you come at the South Carolina State Fair to commemorate and celebrate Diabetes Awareness Day at the South Carolina State Fair. Kanisha, thank you again so much for joining us. You let me know the next time you want to come on, girl. You can co-host. You're great.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Thank you.
Kanisha Golden Smith, y'all, with statewide infrastructure coordinator for DAC and Hospire. It's Diabetes Day, October 15th at the South Carolina State Fair. Coming up, Hispanic Heritage Awareness Month. We're going to talk to Vanessa Mota about all of the great things that her organization is doing to help Latinas in our community, and a great program that they've got coming up that is in coordination with DHEC, plus your chance to win tickets to the South Carolina State Fair. That's coming up next on Coping with COVID. In It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council present Wellness Wednesday, every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor. Coping with COVID and In It Together present Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina and DHEC's Division of Diabetes and Heart Disease Management.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Computers, they're a part of our everyday lives. But when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Imagine yourself 1 year from now. You've tackled your prediabetes, you're eating well, staying active, and reducing stress. You've even made a few new friends, all because you took charge of your health and lowered your risk of type 2 diabetes. It's possible when you join In It Together SC. You can start by taking our online risk assessment. Find a coach to help you with real-life solutions. This can be you, and it can all start today. Find an online or in-person program. Visit inittogethersc.org to get a healthier head start on your future. Brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina.
Let Palmetto Painting Services take the worry out of your next home painting project. We can paint anything. Our business is about interior painting and exterior painting. We offer services for residential and commercial properties. Restore the life to your home with a fresh coat of paint from Palmetto Painting Services. References are available upon request. Give us a call at 803-546-4570 today.
In It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor. Hey, don't forget, we're streaming live on the In It Together Facebook page. Please go over there and hit like and share and follow. And not only can you watch Coping with COVID every Wednesday at 2 p.m., you can also get some great information about diabetes and diabetes prevention programs. We're also streaming live on the Tailor Made production page on Facebook. Go over there, hit like and share and follow also. Not only will you be able to watch Coping with COVID every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can also get all of your COVID-related updates. We also are streaming live on YouTube and have a presence on Instagram and also on Twitter. Hey, keep listening for your chance to win tickets to the South Carolina State Fair. Next Friday, we'll be there broadcasting live. It's Diabetes Day at the State Fair. And as Kanisha said, come on out and join us. And don't forget to wear blue for diabetes. It's Hispanic Heritage Awareness Month through October 15th, and Vanessa Mota with Mota Enterprises is here to tell us all about it and what her organization is doing to commemorate and help the community. Hey, Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here today.
Absolutely. Can you talk a little bit about Hispanic Awareness Month?
Yes. So this month is Hispanic Heritage and Latino Business Day. Hispanic Heritage, the difference between the Hispanic and Latino, Hispanic is not inclusive of Brazilians, and Latino is inclusive of Brazilians. So this is why I always say Latino, Latina. I know some people use Latinx. I prefer Latino, Latina. And mainly it's more inclusive of the Brazilian, Portuguese language, etc.
I'm so glad you mentioned that and made that distinction, because I've heard a lot of people say they didn't know what the difference was. And then all of a sudden, it was almost like of the last year or two, people started using Latino, Latina, Latinx. And people were like, well, what's going on? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Can you tell us the difference? And not, listen, girl, I know you didn't come here to break down the difference between Latino, Latina, Latinx.
No, it's good. Listen, I can tell you, I'm telling you how I see things, and what I hear. I'm respectful of everybody. I love everybody.
Yeah.
Hispanic, I've always seen it as, and I know for a fact, is not inclusive of Brazilians and the Portuguese language. And that makes it a little bit difficult, especially when I hear Brazilian friends telling me, oh, that's for Hispanic heritage, we're not included, etc. So that makes it a little bit difficult. The second thing is, so that's why I started saying it's Latinx. Latino, Latina. Now, Latinx, that's something that's it started, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. And not everyone agrees with Latinx, because some people really do not understand the meaning of it. Like for me, I'm Latina, but I respect everybody. I love everybody, but I'm still Latina. That's
Right.
who I want to be. And if someone wants to be Latinx, let them be Latinx. If somebody wants to be Latino, they can be. But I feel that we need to respect each other. Not
Oh.
everyone has to be Latinx. And it was funny because I asked a Caucasian friend of mine, I said, hey, how would you feel if we started calling like white X? She goes, I wouldn't like it because that's Xing out my race.
Right.
Like if you say black X, that's racing, that's erasing your race. And that made that shocked me. And I took it to heart and I'm like, oh, well, definitely I'm not using Latinx, if that's the way others perceive it. When
Right.
I started asking, but again, it's whatever people like. I respect everyone and I love everyone and I'm open to everyone, but I
Yeah.
am Latina.
Yeah. So one more question about that. So what is the difference between and I don't know, Latina, Latino, Latinx? Is there
Listen, I don't want to,
you don't want to break it down?
someone
Okay.
else, yeah, if someone else has, one time I asked somebody, what is the meaning? They said that it was for X generation. I'm like, well, what if people are not X generation? I mean, you're excluding everybody else. Then someone said it's because, the whole bi-gender.
Right. That's what I thought.
But then what if I'm not, I respect by gender, but what if I know I'm Latina and that's what I want to be? Or what if I wake up tomorrow and I want to, it depends. What I'm saying is everybody should just be happy with what they want to be. And, I'm not Latinx, I can tell you, but I respect all my Latinx friends and I love them to death. And if that's what they want to use, that's fine. But what I heard from another person is that Latinx means woman, female, male, in different genders, and that's fine. But what if I don't? Here we go again in the respecting.
Yeah.
Ones, I cannot make people. If you want to be a unicorn, that's you. I know I want to be Vanessa Mota. So, I do. I mean, if you want to, and trust me, I love unicorns.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, yeah, I love unicorns. And I mean, I would love to, I mean, they're beautiful. They're
unique. They're unique. Yeah.
They're unique and everyone is whoever they are. And I respect it, but I'm not Latinx. I am Latina.
Right.
And not everyone agrees with Latinx. I can promise you that. I have been in rooms where some people are Latinx and other people are Latina, Latino. And it goes the same thing. What if you start saying black X, white X? How would you feel? Would you identify yourself as that? It's very difficult.
Yeah. I guess I was thinking in my head, Latino was male, Latina was female. And then, like you said, Latinx was anybody in between. That's what I was thinking. But
and if everybody in between wants to say Latinx, that's fine. But
exactly,
don't put Latinx on mine because I know this is me and I respect everybody else. But anyways, and I stand to my ground on that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am the president of the Chamber of Entrepreneurs for the United States and for the International Chamber of Entrepreneurs. And I can assure you, I have a program called Leading Fantastic Five. And all the other Latino country presidents that I have spoken to or people, they don't associate themselves with like they don't no, not associate. That was wrong. Hold on. I'm thinking Spanish. They don't, because I'm thinking Spanish to English. They don't call themselves Latinx.
Right.
That was something that was born in the United States, not in, in the other countries. Yeah. So they don't even understand the whole concept of Latinx.
Wow. We're talking to Vanessa Mota with the Mota Enterprises. We see her website there. We're going to talk to her more about that and some great programs she's got coming up. But I want to kind of go back to Hispanic Heritage Awareness Month. How is it celebrated, Vanessa?
It's celebrated by showing every single Latinas, culture through dances, food, different things, dramas. You have Colombians here, you have Mexican, Puerto Ricans, Nicaraguans. You have different countries that are represented in our beautiful state, especially in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
You have all these different cultures, and everyone always thinks everyone is Mexican just because
Yeah.
Mexico is the border. But not everyone's Mexican. You have so many beautiful countries. We also now October 15th for the third annual uh, it has been proclaimed Latino Business Day. So I'm hearing that it's also Diabetes Awareness Day. So I think it's really beautiful
Yeah.
because there's research where Brown, African American, and Latinos, we are at a higher risk of getting or of having diabetes. And especially when you are a business owner, you are not harmonized with your business until a certain point of your business. So this is why we are beginning the business well-being program with DHEC, and that's launching November 1st. We're going to
Right.
have an open house. We would love to have you here. Now that I know that you do this, if we could broadcast it here and everything, it would be
Yeah.
really, really nice. And this business well-being is for business owners or people who aspire to be business owners so that they can uh, treat themselves, take care of their bodies, eat healthier, be healthier. This is how this began, the business well-being, and our launch is November 1st.
All right. So tell us a little bit more about that. About this is through your Moto Cross Linking Business Academy. As you said, you have this partnership, which is amazing with DHEC. Tell us a little bit more about that, Vanessa, and why this is important to this community.
Well, I will tell you, first of all, I have to thank, well, God overall, but I need to thank Marcy. Marcy made this possible. Marcy Hayden.
And she says
Uh,
hi. She just
yeah.
said hi, Vanessa.
Okay. Yeah. She made this possible. She believes in the vision here, and we're friends aside of working together. This began because again, we're a business academy, and we see how business owners sometimes are so busy, they're always eating fast food, they're not
Mm,
eating home cooked meals, they're not taking care of themselves. So we decided, okay, we need to have a program at the academy that's business well-being. And Marcy helped us make the connection. DHEC got in, and now this is how we are partnered up with DHEC. And we are going to have classes. We will have other things that are business well-being. We will have, of course, courses, activities, and we're going to begin from kids all the way to adults because right now we have a kids program called Biz for Kids,
mhm.
where we teach children about businesses, but why not about health as well? It all
Right.
begins with children and teenagers, young adults. Those are the future of tomorrow. So we need to work with them so that they can eat healthier than we are and be healthier than we are.
We're talking to Vanessa Mota with Mota Enterprises, and she's talking about her business crosslink program. They have partnered with DHEC for some amazing programs, and they're getting ready to kick it off. We've been talking a little bit about some of those programs. One of them, as you said, Vanessa, is Biz for Kids, and I love that you are concentrating on the children because you're right. You got to start young. Not only for healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, but for business too, to get kids in the mindset of you can do this, you can own your own business, you can be in business. You got to start early, getting their minds right for that.
Yes, yeah, that's one of the things that we are beginning to do. We work with them. We also partner up with the FBI, and the FBI brings awareness into safety, safety, especially if they are in business, because they are that young. Sometimes they are a target for cyberbullying or for different
Mm.
things,
Oh,
even
wow.
trafficking. So we are very careful and I want to say we're very detailed about all the things that we bring into MECBA. Now, MECBA is not just open for the Latino community. It's called cross-linking because let's say like you, Trey, who's your demographic? Let's say Caucasian, African American, from the English speaking community. Anglo
Right.
means English speaking,
Right.
not Anglo-Saxon, because I've had that question before. So what if you wanted to cross-link into the Latino community and you wanted to do more things into the Latino community?
Yeah.
Not only are you helping an underserved demographic, but you're also now generating more revenue. And this is what we want business owners of the Anglo English speaking communities to know, that you can cross link into the Asian community, into the Latino community, into the European community, into the indigenous community. And this is why we partner up with Marcy as well, because this is why this is called Mota Cross Linking Business Academy, for the same reason that it's about cross linking and coming together.
Right. We're talking to Vanessa Mota with Mota Enterprises. She's been talking about their business cross-linking program. Danielle Lake says, very informative, Vanessa. She said, thanks for educating us. Hey, Danielle, thank you so much for joining us. Please post and share this information out so we can get this message to the masses. Because, Vanessa, as you said, we tend to travel, do business, have friends in our own little circles. And oftentimes, good, bad, right, or wrong, our circles look like us,
Yes.
But here's an excellent opportunity, as you said, to cross-link, to take full advantage of and become aware of other communities that not only you could benefit from, but could benefit from your skills and information too.
Yes. And this is why I tell everybody, this is not just only for Latinos, it's for everyone. Our kids, if you come to Biz for Kids, you will see African American, Caucasian, Latino, Asian, a little bit of everything. And it's so beautiful because they're getting to know each other. And
Yeah.
I always ask people, they'll come to me and ask me, well, how can we be more diverse? It's because it's certain places you go and there's no Asians, no Latinos,
Right.
It's black and white. Let's be very, very honest.
Yeah.
So I tell them, how are your boards? Are your boards all black, all white? Then it begins from there. But in reality, it begins from home. Who are you inviting to your kids' birthday parties? If they're all your demographic, or then that's who you're having.
Yeah.
And that's what your kids are seeing. And they're not opening. We have Benedict students come here as interns. And it was funny because my friend, at first, she was like, well, I don't have any Latinos. I said, I don't want Latino. It doesn't matter who comes, because those kids can get exposed to all these things and have that under their belt when they graduate, and know that they have been exposed to different cultures, different, things. And when they go to work with other people, they're more understanding and they succeed in their working areas.
Yeah, you're right. Because listen, we are going to be out in the real world, out in the workforce with everybody. So you've got to know how to deal with, handle, talk to, socialize, work with everybody. And so many times, I think you're right. We don't have those skills or those awareness because we don't have those people in our circles.
Yes.
So what better way than to do it, with a Mota cross-linking business enterprises? Vanessa Mota joins us. So let's talk a little bit more about some other resources that you have available at Mota for Hispanic and not for Latina and non-Latina community.
Okay. Yes, we have programs. For example, some of our programs are MEC by GNO. We have Adulting 101, because a lot of young adults do not know how to pay bills. Yes, so it's just different things. We have Adulting 101. We have Motivated Boss Chica. We have Biz for Kids. Aside from that, a business well-being that's being launched. And then we also have courses. We have Fast Track New Venture, Fast Track Growth Venture, and then we have Fast Track New Venture, Fast Track Growth Venture. We have Next Level, and we have we're about to launch Master Track. And these are all courses that come from from the academy. Now, Mota Enterprises is the big company, and under Mota Enterprises is Motec Cross-Linking Business Academy. And what you have up right now, it's Motivated Consulting Agency. That's coming in January.
Oh,
and
great.
Motivated Consulting Agency is actually, I'm certified internationally. And what we are going to do is train consultants here so that they can be international consultants and coaches.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
and we will also do one-on-one consulting. And I already do consulting with OBO, Richland County. We do with even with we're about to do something with West Columbia, and we do consulting with many others. So we are going to continue, and now we are dividing the academy with Motivated Business Consulting Agency and training.
Right. Ariel says, this is great information. She said, for someone like her, she says she's Italian and Hispanic. So thank you so much for your comment. Vanessa Mota joins us on Coping with COVID Wellness Wednesday. In It Together and the Diabetes Advisory Council present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. And we've been talking to Vanessa Mota. So Vanessa, when will your program with DHEC start? And tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, so November 1st, we are having our open house and then a private inauguration at the end of the day. What we are doing is we're signing people up. We're going to have the English version and the Spanish version. This is the first time they have the Spanish version come out. And yes, I did take the lifestyle coach training. I'm also a certified lifestyle coach, and we just got certified with CDC. Yes, I love it. It was very informative. Michelle, this is with Michelle Harris, and both Michelles have been very wonderful. Michelle has been guiding us through this, and I'm very excited about this new program, because one of the things that we plan to do, especially in the Spanish, in the Spanish one, we're beginning that one, and then we're doing the English one. We want to make sure that people know in the business communities, and I know it's going to trail down to their kids and other community members, but I look at community business owners of any race as leaders of their clients, because sometimes without realizing, business owners have a big following, and they can make a difference in their community. So this is why we are beginning with the business owners, and we want the business owners to see all of this. November 1st, we will have the inauguration and an open house, and November 2nd, we begin the classes.
Awesome. Now, people want more information and can sign up. You said sign-ups are taking place now. How can they do that?
We will have that day to sign up, and as of right now, I think my husband's working on getting that in the webpage so that they can also sign up beforehand if they want to. So right now we're just very busy with our South Carolina Latino Business Day. It's October 15th. We're going to be outside of the State House, and then we're going to be, at night we're going to have this. So we have the proclamation. It's been acknowledged by Congress, acknowledged by senators. So it's a big deal right now. We've been going through, but as soon as we finish through that, we're going to make sure that it's in the web page, and then from there, that day, November 1st, anyone's invited if they would like to come. We will have an open house throughout the day from 10 to 5 p.m. at 633 12th Street, West Columbia, South Carolina, 29169, which is Mota Cross-Linking Business Academy.
Awesome. If you want more information, we can see Vanessa's information on the screen. Her phone number and website are there. And going back to when you guys are going to be at the State House, is that something that people can come and support you at?
Yes, you guys are welcome. Yes, and I want to say, anyone who wants to come and support, please do it, because this is why we don't only have Latino Business Day. We also partner up and have Indigenous Business Day. We partner up and have this. Last year was Celebrando Black History, but this year it's going to be Celebrando Black Business Day, because what we did last year is we brought African American, African, and Afro Latinos together. It was so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And you walk around West Columbia and don't realize a majority of Afro Mexicans walk around here, and you can't tell the difference. So you would think that they're African American, but they're Afro Mexican. You have,
Afro-Mexican.
you have Afro Hondurans. So we brought everybody together. That was really nice. And then we had the Asian Pacific Islander Business Day, and we finalized with European Business Day. So when we do something, we like for everybody to join everybody because it's about working together.
Awesome. Awesome. We're talking to Vanessa Mota. Don't forget, she's got the Latino Business Day coming up at the State House, October 15th. And then beginning in November, they're going to kick off their partnership with DHEC. That's going to be an amazing program. And then, of course, for information, for consulting, and for classes, for all races and genders and nationalities, Mota Enterprises. Check the website, and her phone number is there for more information. Vanessa, anything else we need to know before we let you go? You got a lot of information there. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, we do. I just want to say thank you to DHEC for believing in us, and thank you, Trey, for having us here.
Absolutely.
And thanks to Marcy for also seeing the vision. And again, MECBA is about team. So without our team, we would not be here.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, let's continue to stay connected. Please, you are welcome anytime to come on the show, and let's talk about collaborating so that we can help to continue to amplify your message.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Vanessa Mota with Mota Enterprises. Again, you can see her information on the screen if you want more information. Marcy said, great job. Thank you, Marcy, so much. Listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope with COVID, please go to the TailorMade production page on Facebook and inbox us. We would love to feature you or your story or your initiative on coping with COVID. If you have a product or service that could help someone cope with COVID, you can see the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Please email copingwittretailor@gmail.com. copingwittretailor@gmail.com. And we would love for you to be a proud sponsor, just like In It Together SC, the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina, Palmetto Media Connections, the Comet Bus System, also a proud sponsor, the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office, Attorney Byron Gibson. He is going to be with us next week for No Justice, No Peace. Our other sponsors include the Palmetto Painting Services, also Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall, the Comet Bus System, and Javis Tax Services, and Agape Counseling and Training Services. Coming up tomorrow, we'll be talking about redistricting. You've seen and heard a lot about that in the news. We'll find out what it is and what it means to you. Jim Felder will be with us along with Senator Tim Scott. That is coming up tomorrow on Coping with COVID. We'll be talking about redistricting. Right now, your chance to win tickets to the South Carolina State Fair. That's right. We're hooking you up with tickets to the South Carolina State Fair. Kenesha Golden Smith was on earlier, and she told us when Diabetes Day is at the South Carolina State Fair. If you know when Diabetes Day is at the South Carolina State Fair, why don't you post it in the chat? Post it in the chat, and we will hook you up with tickets, a pair of tickets to the South Carolina State Fair. All you have to do is put in the comment section, when is Diabetes Day at the South Carolina State Fair? And we will hook you up and contact you right here on Coping with COVID. As always, I leave you with a reading from Jesus Calling. And on today, which is October 6th, let me tell you right now what Jesus Calling is telling us, what Jesus is telling us. All right, it says, be willing to follow wherever I lead. Follow me wholeheartedly with glad anticipation, quickening your pace. Though you don't know what lies ahead, Jesus says, I know, and that's enough. Some of my richest blessings are just around the corner, out of sight, but nonetheless, they're very real. To receive these gifts, you must walk by faith, not by sight. Jesus says this doesn't mean closing your eyes to what's all around you. It means subordinating the visible world to the invisible shepherd of your soul. Sometimes Jesus says, I lead you up a high mountain with only my hand to support you. The higher you climb, the more spectacular the view becomes. Also, the more keenly you sense your separation from the world with all of its problems. This frees you to experience my joyous reality of my presence. Give yourself fully to these glorious moments, awash in dazzling light. I will eventually lead you down the mountain back into the community with others. Let my light continue to shine within you as you walk among people again. That's your Jesus calling for today, October 6th. I'm Tre Tailor. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on Coping with COVID. Had a great time. Daniel Lake says, amen. Had a great time today talking to Kanisha Golden Smith and also to Vanessa Mota. Hey, don't forget, want to know when Diabetes Day is at the South Carolina State Fair? All you have to do is put it in the chat, and we're going to hook you up with tickets to the South Carolina State Fair. I'm Tre Tailor. Until the next time, I wish you peace and abundant blessings. Take care, stay well, be blessed, and don't forget to wear your mask over your nose and under your chin.
Coping with COVID and In It Together present Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina and DHEC's Division of Diabetes and Heart Disease Management.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.